Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing another episode of this new series I started here on the channel, Pullip Collecting for Beginners. And I have created a playlist and I'll put it down below in the description, as well as any of doll reviews for any of the dolls that are appearing here on this video. If you're interested in buying any of them and you want to see more details about them, I'll put the link to their reviews as well. So the first thing to consider, I think, when buying a pull-up doll is, what purpose are you getting this doll for? So are you looking to keep her in stock? Are you looking to change up her outfit? And even before that, one thing to consider also is the style. What style do you like best? Do you like, kawaii? I hope I'm saying that word right, but you know what I mean. Cute style, like a Lolita, sweet looking doll, or are you looking more for a gothic look? So once you have chosen your style, then you want to think about the purpose, So if you're looking to keep a doll in stock, then, it really won't matter, if you don't plan to play around with her as much, if you just want her for a display piece. So it really won't matter if, her wig has a lot of curls, or her wig, has maybe it's tied up in a bun or something, and her stock is really elaborate and delicate. Like for example, La Robe Verclair. So that's a doll that I think it's great if you just want to keep her in stock, you know what I mean? Because she's very, very pretty. She has a very elaborate hairstyle, and her outfit is very elaborate and delicate as well. But if you're not going to be playing around with her as much, then it's okay to just have her as displayed. Now, if you're looking to play with your doll, then you want to consider other things. For example, her wig style, her face up. The face up is very important, I think, in my opinion. That's always the number one thing that I'm looking at a doll, because if you want a versatile doll, you want a doll that speaks to you in terms of your taste, in terms of her face up, but then you also want it to be versatile enough that you can change certain things about her. Like if you want to change her wig, if you want to change her eye chips, she'll still have a very pretty face up. So in terms of wig quality, that's what I was going to say. So for example, money-wise also, how much money are you willing to spend? I generally recommend that you buy, as your first pull-up, I would say buy brand new from one of the stores that, have her for a good price. And I'll put the link in the description to my first video where I do talk about where I buy my pull-up dolls from. And you can, maybe look at those stores and see if there's anything you like for a good price there. So money is something to consider, how much money you're willing to spend. At the end of the day, though, I do recommend just getting the doll you love. No matter, what wig style she has, no matter, let's say, how much she costs at the store. As long as it's within, let's say, a reasonable price for pull-up dolls, I would say just get the doll you love. Like, let's say, oh, you only think you want to spend, I don't know, $80, but then the doll you like is $120. I would say just save the extra money and get the doll for $120, because you're going to be much happier with the doll that you love. But going back to the face up and wigs. So, for example, I have two dolls here who are more, I guess, of a gothic style. Even though I think Alura can really pull off any look. You can change her eye chips and wig, and she can look very sweet as well. So these dolls, for example, what I like about them as first dolls, first of all, their stocks are really nice. So Alura here comes with two different stocks. She comes with this black dress, which I switched them around, but she will come with this black dress. She also comes with another outfit. So she, even though she may be a little pricier, she comes with two outfits, which is a really, really a huge thing for pull-up dolls. It's really awesome. Her wig, it's straight, it's simple, it's short. So, if you are a new collector, you don't really know how to handle these dolls very well yet, and you don't want to mess with their wigs too much, this is kind of the style wig that I recommend, just because it's very easy to take care of it, and it won't get as messy as other wig styles. And her face up is just absolutely gorgeous. As I mentioned, I think she can be sweet, or she can also be gothic. It depends on how you change her. If you change her wig and maybe, her eye chips, she can look very sweet and girly. So this is a doll that I think is very versatile and really, really fun doll to have as your first doll, I think. Another doll that I chose here was Steampunk Cheshire Cat. So this is her original outfit, which is really fun and modern already. So you already have, you know, that in mind. And then her, just in terms of her wig, you know, even though it's long, maybe you want a longer wig. It's a beautiful bright color, which is awesome. And then again, it's a straight wig, which is really just easier to handle if you're a new collector. And in terms of sweet girls, there are also sweet girls who do have wigs that are easier to handle. Like Pullip Alura is a great doll. Pullip Cinderella Dahlia is another great doll if you want more sweet looking dolls. I think Bloody Red Hood is a great first doll because her wig is kind of easy to handle, and she comes with a lot of stock pieces. And so for the prices, she's really worth the money. She's beautiful. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. Kiyomi here is another example of a great doll, first doll, because she is very pretty. She has a very versatile face up, and she comes with a lot of stock pieces, as you can see here. Very nice quality stock. And then her wig, you know, it's a beautiful blonde, which is generally a very versatile look if you want, you know, a sweet girl next door type of doll. It's wavy and it can get frizzy, but it's not as bad as some of the, you know, like some of the dolls with, you know, actual curls and stuff like that. So that's another type of wig that's okay for you to have as a first doll. And then dolls that I think you may want to double check and think about as first dolls. For example, a lot of people love the Vocaloids, specifically, you know, Hatsune Miku. And here I have Sakura Miku. She's wearing a different outfit. So this doll, I mean, if you are a huge Vocaloid fan and you're not even into pull-ups yet, you just like the Vocaloids and you want this doll, then yes, you should get her if this is the doll you absolutely want. But do think about the fact that her wig is a bit difficult to handle, okay? So it's very long, it's in these pigtails, and she's missing a shoe. And as you can see, look, it can get frizzy very easily. So this is why I don't generally recommend her as a first doll. Even though her wig is straight, it's just very long and it's in these pigtails, which is kind of difficult to just play with. But other than that, you know, she is a great doll. And if you are a fan, then yes, I would say get her. But just keep that in mind when choosing your first doll. So the same thing for dolls with curly hair, okay? So this doll right here, her wig came frizzy like this straight out of the box. So, you know, and she was actually one of my first ones, and maybe like the third or fourth doll that I got. And she's an Alice doll, by the way. You know, this is another thing if you're thinking about an Alice doll, you know, which Alice doll to choose. There are so many right now that you can choose from. But I mean, her face up is lovely. You know, she is, again, a beautiful doll. You can change out her clothes. But just keep in mind, if she has curly hair, you know, it may get frizzy very easily. So if you want to play around with her, it's something that you need to keep in mind. So I think that's all the considerations that I'm thinking about. Of course, this is if you're thinking about a pull-up doll. As you know, the Pullip family has other dolls as well. So, you know, you have the Dao, the Isul, Taeyang, even the Biyul, which they're currently not making new ones anymore, but you never know. You know, they may change. So, again, Pullip is just one of the characters. She is, I guess, the main character, but maybe you're into boy dolls. So that's also another thing you need to think about. You know, if you want another doll, or maybe you want a Dao because you want a more, you know, young, girly look. You know, like a more younger girl look than a Pullip, which is a little bit more mature. So anyway, guys, I think those are my thoughts on the subject. Let me know if you have any other questions about choosing your first doll. And let me know other videos that you'd like to see on the series. Maybe it's a topic that I haven't covered yet. And as I mentioned before, there'll be links in the description for the playlist and, you know, doll reviews for any of the dolls that were here on this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!